Hello and welcome to the Sun Times Online Desi Martini. My name is Sandeep, and right now I have with me someone who's absolutely eloquent about everything. She's beautiful and she's brave. Well, we are talking about the Asli Sona, as her Instagram name is Sonakshi Sinha. Hello, Sonakshi.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. Sonakshi, at the very outset, Dabang 3. How was the experience again sharing the screen space with the Salman Khan?
It was like homecoming. Dabang was a film where I began my career, and there was no looking back after that. And with part two and now part three coming, it's like working with family. The entire team is pretty much the same. Salman, Arbaz. There's our DOP who's the same. Some of the cast and some of the crew is retained from the part one. So it's just amazing. It's like working with your own family.
You also got to shed light on the kind of evolution that your characters had from the first installment in the film to this very film.
I think with every film we've tried to give the audiences something new. In terms of the characters were very loved and appreciated, and from the very first part. So there's not much that you can change in a character. You're just carrying that forward with each installment. But over here, we've tried to give them something really new in terms of a prequel, where he says that I was not always like this, and it shows how Chulbul Pandey became Chulbul Pandey. So I think that is a very interesting twist, in this part. And for me, as for my character, I love the fact that she went from an unmarried girl to getting married to Chulbul Pandey, and then now it's just a beautiful romance between a husband and a wife. So portraying that was really nice.
Talking about evolution, Sonakshi, it's been 10 years in the industry for you. As we talk and you kind of interact with the media, interact with your fans for that matter, how and where do you see yourself from the time you started off to this very day?
I feel like a completely different person because honestly, when I started acting, I didn't know what I was getting into. It's not something that I had planned. It's not something that I wanted to do when I was growing up.
Oh, you did not want to act? That's a revelation to me.
Really, I never wanted to act. I was more into sports and other things, and I studied fashion designing. Acting was never on the cards. And for me, I never thought of myself as an actor because I was always an overweight child, teenager. So I never saw myself in front of the camera. Salman somehow saw that in me, and he encouraged me to act. And when I began acting is when I realized this is my true calling. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and which is what I kept doing. So yeah, it's just I can't explain it. I'm completely different from where I was when I began.
What do you appreciate with the competition? With so many new talents being introduced in the industry, how do you actually look forward to perhaps fight the competition and just coexist?
I think it's great. If there was no competition, it would be very monotonous. And honestly, I just think that you have to focus on your work, keep moving forward, do what you do best, and I think nothing can shake you. Look at Salman himself. He's survived in the industry for so long, and he's one of the biggest stars we have today. And for him, I think he is his only competition. So I guess you got to have that mindset and move on.
Do you think that it is really difficult to be who you are as a person and kind of put your opinions forth because there is an immense amount of backlash all the time?
I don't think I've ever functioned in that way or thought in that manner. I've always been somebody who's if I have an opinion, I'll put it forth. If I feel strongly about something, I'll say it. I've always believed in being real, and that's the only way I know how to be. So for me, I've never thought of it in that way.
You've been a part of commercial films, out and out commercial films. You've been a part of films that are again middle of the road. One of my favorites is Akira. Do you as a person, as an actor for that matter, do you feel that it kind of satiates you, such roles satiate you for that matter?
Absolutely, it's amazing. As an actor, that you get to do such diverse roles, and it just keeps you enthusiastic about your work. Doing something different the entire time, and I think that's how I choose my roles also. When I'm being narrated a script, it has to really excite me down to the bone. I need to feel something for that character. And if you see my characters in the last few films that I've done, they've all been very, very different from one another. In fact, if you look at my 4 releases this year itself, all the characters are very different from what I played in the previous films. So that keeps me going as an actor.
What, according to you, is your, you feel that, this is perhaps that one parameter that I would look after or look up to when I'm choosing a particular script?
It's very instinctive for me. I don't keep any. Keep an open mind first of all whenever I'm hearing something, and when a narration is going on, I like to shut my eyes, and if I can picture myself playing that character, I'll do it. You know, so I have to feel strongly about something before I say yes, more than anything else.
How important is box office success for you? Do numbers matter? And how do you take box office failures? Do you take it in your stride, or perhaps, you take the way you kind of deal with your criticisms?
You have to take it in your stride. How else can you take it? And I'm not the only one who's had flops
Box office failures. Exactly,
or
absolutely.
hits either. And there's not one person you will find with a 100% success ratio. Everybody has that in every profession.
Absolutely.
If you don't have it, I'm sorry, my friend, you will witness no personal growth at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you have to take it in your stride. I'm very thankful for the way my career has panned out. I'm very happy with the way my journey has been. If I could change anything, I would not change a thing.
Wow, lovely. On that wonderful note, on that high note rather, we end this conversation with this beautiful, eloquent beauty, Sonakshi Sinha. My name is Sandeep. We're in the Sun Times Online, Desi Martini. Thank you so much.